Hi, I want to talk about self-acceptance, understanding yourself, and also demanding respect at the same time. Because we live in a society where there are so many people in this world, right? You're bound to not understand everybody. But sometimes what's frustrating isn't even our perception of how we are understanding others. It is really the perception of being misunderstood ourselves and seeking that confirmation from others to confirm that they know who we are, they understand who we are, our likes, our dislikes. That is something that we seek throughout our whole entire life because community is a basis for survival. But if you get so caught up in that validation seeking of wanting to be understood, you're going to almost run a cycle on a hamster wheel where you're just waiting to be told that, okay, yes, you're valid, and yes, you have permission to like that or have that desire or be this or that or create or this, all the things that make up our lives. You're going to feel stuck and you're going to feel trapped in this space where you're waiting and you're trying and you're not really doing or acting or being because you really need to be told that they understand before you even proceed. And when you think of all the big thinkers and creators out there, the people that you know their names or the artists or the writers, they in some way, shape or form had to become very, very comfortable with being misunderstood and very comfortable with understanding themselves and not knowing before creating what the results would be and what the outcome would be. I say this, and at the same time, I also say and express that you are worthy of being respected no matter what your preferences are, your desires, your likes and dislikes, like no matter what they are. As long as they're respectful towards others, even if they aren't, you're still worthy of respect. But hopefully you intend to live a life of respect for others, but you are always worthy of respect no matter what your likes are. And if you find yourself in a space or in a community or a group where you are sharing your ideas and you're sharing your likes and dislikes, you're sharing your identity, whether that be sexual orientation, your ethnicity, or just things that you want to work on and do. And especially for people who grew up in environments where what they liked was shamed or looked down on often and not encouraged, supported, and given air under wings. What's that expression? Like putting, I look over as if someone's gonna help me. Wind under my wings. Anyways, like given the morale to love who you are and what you like and what you are great at, and has been even worse, invalidated. Whether there are two kinds. There are people around you that just don't say anything and they're like, oh, okay, that's you. And there are people who actively invalidate, like, oh, I don't really think that's interesting, or are you sure? Are you sure that that's what you like? Are you sure this is who you are? Are you sure that's your sexual orientation? Are you this, that? Okay, that's a form of manipulation and control, but you leave it. You accept that I understand myself. I know who I am. And if they fall in one of those two categories, it's okay, as long as there's respect. The latter one that I just said isn't very respectful, but you move forward and you validate yourself. And you are worthy of respect within those groups, within those environments, within family system, friend system, school systems, workspaces, and you are allowed to remove yourself from any space that you don't feel that respect, because it is your job to validate what you like and dislike for the rest of your life. And there will be those two categories of people always for pretty much anything that you do in this life. But you are worthy of the respect component at all times. So in any room that you find yourself in, as soon as you feel like, okay, my heartbeat's racing, I feel like I even need to defend myself, I don't like that feeling. Often that's my first warning, is just how I feel in my body. I don't like that feeling. I'm allowed to remove myself. I'm worthy of respect at all times, no matter what my opinion is, no matter what I like or dislike. And in learning this, in knowing that that space isn't one that's gonna hold my truth with me, I will go hold my truth on my own, or I will find a space that will hold my truth with me. So You're always looking for understanding in the world, and you will always want it. But even if people don't get it, it's okay. You still deserve respect. And that comes from knowing yourself, or knowing at least that even while not knowing yourself fully, in your becoming of who you are allowed to experience peaceful, respectful environments at all times, at all times. It doesn't matter if you knew them for a long time. It doesn't matter if they're brand new. It doesn't matter if they're an authority figure, if they're a boss, or if they're a sibling or a friend. If you claim that you always deserve respect in every setting that you are in, even whether it's online, either in person, any shape or form, then you will start to treat yourself as such, and you will start to remove yourself from situations where you don't feel that way. And even if it's difficult, you're not going to try to convince other people to treat you well while you have all of the likes and dislikes that make you who you are, because you want to accept who you are for yourself, because it's the best way of living. And if you get to that place where you're like, I'm enough, I accept everything that I love about myself, I accept my flaws as well, I accept the way that I am and my desires and dislikes. And I personally, one of the things I actually struggled with for a long time was accepting that I really, really like things that are and this goes to show how our society functions and what it values in the main patriarchal system. But I had shame about liking girly things. I had shame about, pink. It's my favorite color. About loving like sparkles, loving everything a little bit childlike. Like I have a Winnie the Pooh phone case. Like I really like Disney. I like all of those things. And as I age, I felt a lot of messaging around me, even from close ones, where it's like, oh, like you don't want to grow up, like that kind of stuff. And to me, that's where I worked on accepting exactly what I like for who I am. I mean, why would you shame someone for liking that kind of stuff, like even Disney? Because then the people that love that will end up probably just working with Disney or something. Like, it's a good thing. These are great things. But you'll always encounter that kind of behavior around you. Like, I like to share little examples, but essentially, like, everyone has those examples. And I haven't been perfect. I've probably made someone feel like they weren't being accepted and understood in the moment, and that's not great. But you can recognize it in yourself and shift it and change it. And you can recognize it in others and accept that you don't need to be understood, but you deserve respect. So that's that for today. That's what I wanted to talk about. Find me on Only My Own Validation. You can book with me one-on-one. You can do that by DMing me on Instagram on Only My Own Validation, and follow my stories there, my highlights, my different posts, and I will be back with a video every day of the week. Thank you.